I have been studying Mother's grimoire. Do you wish to hear what I have found?
What did you find?
'Tis not what I expected. I had hoped for a collection of her spells, a map of the power that she commands. But this is not it.
Yet you look disturbed.
Disturbed? Yes, perhaps that is the right word. One thing in particular within her writings disturbs me. Here, in great detail, Flemeth explains the means by which she has survived for centuries.
A spell of immortality?
Oh, if only 'twere so. Flemeth has raised many daughters over her long lifetime. There are stories of these many witches of the wilds throughout chastened legend, yet I have never seen a one, and always wondered why not. And now I know. They are all Flemeth. When her body becomes old and wizened, she raises a daughter, and when the time is right, she takes her daughter's body for her own.
So why would she risk sending you with me?
I do not know. Perhaps 'tis as she said, the darkspawn threaten her as much as they threaten anyone else. Or perhaps she believes that this journey will make me more powerful. According to the tome, if the host is already powerful and trained in magic, it takes far less time for Flemeth to settle in.
So what do you intend to do about it?
There is only one possible response to this. Flemeth needs to die. I will not sit about like an empty sack waiting to be filled. Flemeth must be slain, and I need your help to do it.
Why do you need my help?
Because if she is slain while I am near, I am not certain that she will not simply be able to take possession of me right there. So obviously I cannot be the one to do it.
Very well, I'll help you if I can.
Then what needs to be done is for you to go back to Flemeth's hut in the Kakari Wilds without me. Confront her and slay her quickly. I doubt she will truly be dead even then, but it will take her years to find a new host and recover her power, if that is even possible. The thing I must have is her true grimoire. With it, I can defend against her power in the future. Everything else in her hut is yours.
Are you serious? Kill Flemeth, the Witch of the Wilds?
She would like everyone to think she is invincible, but I highly doubt that is the case. And besides that, you are not truly killing her.
Do I have a time limit on this?
Not really, but the sooner the better, no?
I'll see what I can do.
I am grateful. The sooner this can be done, the sooner it will set my mind at ease.
Hello you guys and welcome back. New screenshot. Oh, quest updated. We have a new companion quest. Flemeth's Grimoire. Morrigan has spent much time reading the tome you found in the Circle Tower. However, while it wasn't exactly a book of Flemeth's magic, as she had hoped, she has learned one thing. Flemeth intends to use her to prolong her life. Morrigan has decided that Flemeth must die, and that Flemeth's real grimoire is to be hers. You agreed to kill Flemeth for Morrigan. The old witch is likely where you saw her last. Ooh, so, well, at least we have her companion quest. Looks like... looks like Levi just disappears. I mean, let's go ahead and enchant some things.
Enchantment?
Yes. I want some enchanting done.
Enchantment!
And I want to actually... What do I have here? +5 fire, +5 electricity. Alistair has 3 electricity and 2 fire. Physical resistance and physical resistance. We're going to put one of those on him. Expert lightning, and then... What does Sten have? 2 electricity Let's give him 3 electricity. 2 fire. Well, I guess that's good. What do we have here? Electricity and fire damage. Physical resistance, though. We want to put that on Sten's Faith's Edge. Ooh, there we go. And our inventory, we don't have a lot of space taken up. I think right now everybody basically has all of the best armor that they can get. Let's just take a quick look around camp. This might actually be quite a short video, but we'll find out. Sten.
Something you need, my dear?
I have some questions.
Of course.
Tell me about the Grey Wardens.
Such as they are.
I have no more questions.
About the Grey Wardens, anyhow. Fair enough. Something you need, my dear?
I'd like to discuss something private.
Well, we're in camp. Now's as good a time as any to talk, right?
Let's just kiss him.
Aha! I see talking isn't quite what you had in mind. Got it.
Gotta keep that romance alive.
What say you?
Care to answer some questions?
By all means.
So tell me about your adventures.
My adventures? I'm hardly an old man just returned from across the ocean, am I? Should I shake my fist at nearby children while I talk about the good old days?
I meant your time as a crow.
You mean you want to hear about the grueling training? Being locked in an oubliette for weeks at a time? The slavery? The festering injuries? Or are we seeking something more glamorous?
Something more glamorous.
Well, that should be easy enough, I think. Let's see, my second mission ever for the Crows was a bit intriguing. I was sent to kill a mage who had been meddling in politics.
Meddling in politics, how?
How should I know? I got the impression it involved sex, but then I get that impression about most everything. Odd, really. As it turned out, the mage in question was quite a delightful young woman. Long, divine legs, as I recall. I caught her in a carriage on her way to escape to the provinces. After I killed her guard, she got down on her hands and knees and begged for her life. Rather aptly, I might add. So I joined her in the carriage for the night and left the next morning.
And she didn't try to kill you?
Well, yes, twice, actually. Then she decided to try and use me instead. The woman had actually convinced me to speak to the Crows on her behalf. What can I say? I was young and foolish at the time. Then, as I was kissing her goodbye to return to Antiva City, she slipped on the threshold and fell backwards out of the carriage. Broke her neck. Shame, really, but at least it happened quickly.
So you didn't actually kill her?
Not actually, no. I was a bit unimpressed by the development at first. Then I found out that she had told the driver to take her to Janellen instead. She had planned to lose me in the provinces. I would have looked very foolish to the Crows. As it was, my master was very impressed that I had done such a fine job of making it look like an accident. The circle of Magi was unaware of foul play, and everyone was happier all around.
These sorts of things happen to you often?
Like being spared by a benevolent mark who then helps me escape from the Crows? Yes, it does seem to happen now and again, doesn't it? It was after that when I learned that one needn't let a pretty face go to your head. Professionalism was key. That's my moral of the day, you see.
A wise lesson to learn.
And one that not everyone learns, I'm sad to say. But that's enough tale spinning from me for the moment. Talking about the mage has made me a bit nostalgic, I'm afraid. Ah, the good old days.
Inspired major dexterity.
What say you?
Care to answer some questions?
By all means.
Tell me a little about Antiva. I think we've already asked him, so tell me more about your adventures.
Again? Well now, what might interest you, I wonder? Shall I describe the stages involved with Lanthrax poisoning? I watched a man go through all 7 once.
If you like, certainly.
No, I'll not inflict that upon you just yet. Let's see, how about the largest battle I ever took part in? That would have been the slaughter of Prince Osrin. Did you hear of that down in these parts?
You killed a prince?
Me? Not personally, but I did take part in the attack. Prince Osrin was 4th in line to the throne, you see. He started off as 11th, but worked his way up the old-fashioned method by inheriting control of an entire Crocel from his grandfather. After assassinating his way through the royal family, the king hired 3 other cells to take down Prince Osrin once and for all. I was in one of those cells.
Is this sort of thing common in Antiva?
Antivan royalty is very much bound up in the crows. You wouldn't want it run by a bunch of commoners, after all, would you? And this means they get involved in politics quite often. This particular fight nearly bankrupted the nation, I understand. It almost ended up putting a crow on the throne, a commoner. But that's a whole different story. I played a very small part.
What did you do?
My part in the entire battle was taken up trying to reach Princess Verina, who had thrown in with her brother. I killed about 11 of her guards personally before I got knocked out of a window. I landed in a river and nearly drowned. I was fished out by some urchins who robbed me blind. Made off with my boots, too. At least they didn't cut my throat. And that was my part in history.
You're very lucky indeed.
It's true. I live a charmed life. One of the prostitutes that raised me was a fortune teller. Said I wouldn't die young. She was rather startled by that. But there you go. Tale told. Let's be off before I tell more embarrassing stories, huh?
Let's see if we can push anything else out of him.
What say you?
Care to answer some questions?
By all means.
So tell me more about your adventures.
Well, the only one that's really worth telling is the story of the mission right before I came to Ferelden. But no, I would rather not. I shouldn't have said anything.
Don't be a tease. Out with it.
Perhaps another day. I apologize.
Ah, disapproves. I'm gonna push you for all your secrets. Let's go, Pet Brody. You are a crazy dog. Mumbari hound. You're not a dog, you're a Mumbari hound. A Mumbari warhound. And I don't like how I can't throw the stick at him. How am I supposed to do that? Stick. Restriction, humanoid. Yeah, you can't use it. Oh well, I guess I'll be able to sell it so I don't have to keep it in my inventory. Why can't you use it? Maybe you can't use it in camp.
Something I can help with?
I'd like to talk to you about something.
Yes? What's on your mind?
You're a traveling minstrel. Do you have any tales to share?
Of course I do. I love stories far too much to keep them to myself. Everyone should be able to benefit from them, I think.
I've already heard everything. There was another story I wanted to hear.
Which one?
Yeah, I thought of it just now, but it slipped my mind.
It will come to you soon, I'm sure.
Oh, never mind. We've already heard everything we can from her.
Is there something you need?
I'd like to ask you something about the circle.
I will answer to the best of my ability.
How did you become a mage?
People don't become mages. They are born mages. The talent just surfaces later. But you are asking how I ended up at the Circle. I was brought there by the Templars, just like many of the other apprentices. I don't remember very much. I was very young then.
What about your family?
I didn't have a family. I never knew my real parents. My earliest memory was of hiding in a hayloft on a farm, trying to keep warm. I was found, and the farmer's wife was kind enough not to send me away. But they had children of their own, and I was never made to feel welcome. The eldest son was the worst. He was always calling me a stray, and throwing anything he could get his hands on at me. And I don't know how it happened, but one day, he just found his hair on fire. Fortunately, there was a large trough nearby.
Serves him right.
He ran screaming, dripping head and all, to his mother. I was shut up in the barn, with a bowl of water and a crust of hard bread. The Templars arrived several mornings later.
Were the Templars mean to you?
One of them ignored me, but the other was kind to me. He gave me sweets, and even sat me on his shoulders once, when I wanted to look over a high wall that ran along the road. I'll never forget the moment the Templars led me into the entrance hall of the tower. I had never seen anything so grand in my life. I stopped being afraid then. I knew I was home.
That's a great story.
Well, that's about all there is to my tale. That's how I came to the Circle.
What was life like in the tower?
I would be lying if I said it was easy. First, there were rules, and we were constantly watched to make sure we behaved appropriately. Then there was the study of magic. We had to cast the spells just so, control the effects completely. A single word spoken incorrectly, a gesture out of sync, and lack of focus. And we needed to have perfect focus, or we would be in danger.
At least you learned the dangers of magic from the Circle.
Without the Circle and my mentors, I would not have been where I am today. And there was joy in life at the Circle. The joys of fellowship, in knowing that you were not alone in your struggles. In spite of everything, I was happy in the tower, and I loved it.
There's nothing else I want to discuss right now. Minor willpower. Okay, well that's really cool. Brody doesn't need anything. I mean, oh, those are his skills. Win, and then Zevran. Major dexterity. Inspired by your leadership, this party member has gained a bonus. Oh, so she's only got one of them so far. What about Liliana? She's all up. Morrigan. Alistair. Oh, wow. Okay, so we just need to work on Wynn, Morrigan, and Zevran. I don't know. Should I make some poisons? Oh, you know what I need? I need Corruptor Agent. Let's speak with Bowden before we're done this episode.
If there's anything I can do for you, please, please tell me.
Let me see your wares. Oh wait, actually, have you heard any rumors?
Heard from a dwarf the other day that smoke was rising over Oswin. Revolt, he says. Tyrn Loghain is trying to put it down as we speak, but I understand it's not going well. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Take it for what it is.
Let me see your wares, Bowden.
I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
My beautiful discount. Crafting. Corruptor Agent. Said to have been made from lifestone that has been corrupted from the darkspawn taint in the deep roads. This powdery agent is required to create some of the most powerful poisons and traps. So we need Corruptor Agents. I mean, why not? 99 of them. Distillation, one of the 3 rare bulbs found in the Frostback Mountains. When dried and powdered, they become an excellent distillation agent required to evoke magical properties in crafting. So we'll buy those as well. And concentrator agents. Keithrum and foxite are both common herbs in Ferelden. When distilled to a sufficient purity, they may be used as herbal agents to concentrate the effects of many potions, salves, and poisons. We'll take that as well. Let's see what we can... Frozen lightning... Toxic extract, or toxin extract. I think we're good for now. I mean, we'll be able to at least make some more things when we gain control of one of our other... one of our other companions. But that's going to do it for this episode. I want to thank you guys so much for subscribing, liking, commenting. And I'm not sure where we're going to go in the next episode. Either Orzammar, or we're going to go ahead and do a couple side missions and then move on. But I will look through the journal, make sure, you know, choose where I want to go, and then we'll be on our way. But thanks again, you guys, and stay tuned for another episode coming soon.